Hey Lan, hi folks, it's Lev. Welcome back to another video. For those of you who are new, I use he, him pronouns. Sometimes I like going outside and filming videos because it's a nice change of scenery as I film most of my videos in my house. Today's video, I wanted to talk about how food intolerances and medical conditions have changed my diet for the better and what that sort of looked like for me and my life. As some of you may be aware, I used to be on a low FODMAP diet for around 5 years until I did gut-directed hypnotherapy. Someone's doing something in the house, so if you hear screaming, it's from the house. Excited cheers, shall I say. I was on a low FODMAP diet for around 5 years until I did gut-directed hypnotherapy, which meant I didn't have to stay on the diet and I would have IBS symptom relief as a result of the hypnotherapy and how it changed the gut-brain connection and this reduced the sensitivity of my nerves to certain foods and sugars. And before I experienced medical stuff and IBS and realized that my abdominal pain was a result of dietary and food intolerance. I ate everything and didn't really think about it. I wasn't obese as a kid, but I was overweight. Primary school, high school, I was overweight because I ate way too much. I ate a lot more than I burnt, like energy-wise. Didn't really exercise as a kid that much. When still as teenage years, I started Taekwondo, but I still ate way too much, more than I needed. I ate fast food once a week. Like it was like a routine type thing for me and my siblings. We ate rotating roster of Hungry Jack's, McDonald's, KFC, Subway and pizza once a week. And during weekdays, I ate other unhealthy food like unhealthy snacks, lollies, chocolate. I did eat healthy stuff like fruit and stuff too, but I ate a lot of unhealthy stuff and I was overweight and not very healthy at all. So the time I stopped eating unhealthily and changed my diet was when I was diagnosed with IBS in 2018 and told to go on a low FODMAP diet, which involved cutting out a lot of foods as a result of my intolerance to the different sugars in foods. Therefore, my diet completely flipped from constantly eating unhealthily and constantly not thinking about what I was consuming to thinking about every single thing I was putting into my system. Like every single thing I was eating, I'm like, what is in here? What are the ingredients? How much sugar is in here, etc., etc. Because I knew that if I kept eating recklessly, I would keep hurting my gut. And because my nerves this isn't a food allergy, right? It's not like a food allergy where I'm gonna get anaphylactic shock or anything. It's food intolerance. As in, my gut doesn't tolerate well different sugars, and if I eat those foods, I get pain. My main symptom would be abdominal pain and discomfort. I did get diarrhea from lactose a few times, so that too. I'm still lactose intolerant, but ever since gut-directed hypnotherapy, my tolerance for lactose is better compared to before gut-directed hypnotherapy. Yeah, I didn't think about eating. I didn't think about my diet. I didn't think about nutrition and what my body sort of needs to operate well and how food affects mental health, how food affects physical health. I didn't think about any of this. I just ate and I just ate whatever I wanted and I didn't feel bad about it. I didn't feel guilty about it. I just liked it and I ate and didn't think about what I ate and how much I ate and how much I really need to eat, etc., etc., etc. And then I was diagnosed with IBS and then told to go on low FODMAP. That's the point where my life changed in terms of diet, complete 180 flip. From eating constant junk food and unhealthy things and not being mindful about what I was eating. I think I said this before. To, yeah, thinking about every single thing I was eating and how much I was eating and whether it was going to affect me and how it was going to affect me. It was like a complete 180, like I was so carefree and relaxed, didn't think about anything, to thinking about every single thing, and then to the point where it stressed me out so much. And I was just constantly on anxiety about what I was eating and drinking. Because I'm like, is this gonna like seriously hurt me? Like I was just, I wouldn't say paranoid, just extremely worried and like constantly thinking about what is safe for me to consume and what is not very ideal for me to consume. And low FODMAP was a pain in the ass. The first part of it was like sort of figuring, like going on the diet and then figuring out what foods I can tolerate and what I can't. And then at the end I found out that my brain associated with onion, garlic, gluten, and lactose and dairy stuff. And once I found out those were the not safe things to eat, then it made my life a lot easier, but that took years to figure out, and after like fumbling through things, trial and error, and it worked. Like I didn't eat those sugars and things, and then I didn't really get pain and symptoms, and that's how I managed after finding that out. I was also on like IBS medication for a few years, but then I chose to go off it because I didn't want to be on meds. And now that I've come out of the low FODMAP diet, for lack of better words, and no longer on it, I haven't gone back to eat. I can eat like fast food, like and wheat and stuff to a degree. Like my tolerance is not as well as say my family members who can eat like ramens, bowl ramens every day, or like eat burgers every day that are like full on wheat patties, wheat-based patties. I can't do that because that would seriously hurt my gut. But I can eat more than I have been since I was diagnosed with IBS and realized I had IBS and was put on low FODMAP. But I haven't gone back to my old ways of like eating a lot of junk food. Like, let's just say this whole experience with having to restrict my diet severely in terms of what I was able to eat and what I was not able to eat broke the cycle. It broke the cycle of eating fast food every week. It broke the cycle of not thinking about what I was eating and what is actually nutritious and what's just, you know, I can occasionally enjoy eating this, essentially garbage, that's not very nourishing for my body and my mind. And I know I'm gonna feel like garbage and shit afterwards, like eating McDonald's, but sometimes I'll eat it anyway. So I now am I'm not super stringent on it, but I'm a lot more mindful and conscious about what I'm eating, how much I'm eating, and how often I eat things. Like fruit, it's like I need to eat fruit every day. It's like a habit thing. It's like I would feel uncomfortable and like off balance if I don't eat fruit every day and veggies every day. In terms of junk food, I'm not saying I never eat junk food. I do eat junk food. I do like ice cream. I occasionally eat ice cream. I take lactase enzymes. I occasionally eat KFC. I tried McDonald's again after I did gut-directed hypnotherapy. I tried it with my friend again. I got through like a third of the burger and I was just like, it's like I enjoyed the first two bites again because it's like, oh my god, nostalgia. I used to eat this as a kid and my teenage years and before I was on low FODMAP and had food intolerance and restrictions. I was like, I felt when I had the first two bites of the Angus, I think I had Angus burger, it was very nostalgic and exciting, and then once I was getting to a third of it, I'm just like dying and I'm being like, I don't know how I ate this like so much. I'm just like, it's just not the same. I struggled to finish the burger, not because I was full, right? I was like hungry at that point. It wasn't like because I ate a buffet of food and then I came to eat McDonald's with my friend and I'm just like, oh, I'm so full, I can't finish it. It's more, I can't finish it because it's so like heavy and just processed and just like, that's why I couldn't finish it. I mean, I did finish it, but I struggled to finish it because of how processed it was. And it just didn't taste good anymore. I didn't enjoy it anymore after I took the first few bites of nostalgia. I didn't enjoy it anymore. And with fast food now, right? I like KFC. I like KFC more than McDonald's. I enjoy KFC. It's junk food, but I enjoy it. I can eat like 6-7 wicked wings. I enjoyed the twister I had last time, but I don't enjoy McDonald's burgers that much. And yeah, it's fast food hits different now in terms of what I like and what I don't really like and enjoy. The thing I tell myself, right, is if I'm going to feed myself garbage, i.e. junk food, I'm gonna want to enjoy the junk food I eat. Like if I'm not gonna enjoy eating McDonald's burgers, right? I love the fries. The fries are great. If I'm not going to enjoy eating McDonald's burgers, what is the point of me eating this anyway? Because it's not nutritious. It's all processed. It's basically garbage. If I'm not going to enjoy this, there is no point in eating it. And that's the mindset I have now. If I'm going to eat junk food, I'm going to want to enjoy it. Otherwise, I'd rather not eat it. And same with drinks. If someone gives me full sugar bubble tea, I'm not going to enjoy that because it's way too much sugar and it tastes too sugary and it's overpowering for me now. I'm gonna drink it because I'm like, there's no point in putting all this sugar in me and I'm not gonna enjoy it. Then it's not worth it. It's just sort of wild to reflect about how it's like a really big shift in like my mindset and how my body also takes food. I think also part of it is because when I was on low FODMAP, right, I did not eat McDonald's, I did not eat KFC, I did not eat Subway, I didn't eat Hungry Jack's. I couldn't eat any of these fast foods because it was so, firstly, wheat-based. KFC is battered with wheat. McDonald's burgers don't have gluten-free options, and even if they did, they would have garlic and onion in it, and dairy. It wasn't customizable, so I did have grilled burgers though. We have a stall called Grilled here in Australia. Grilled burgers, they make custom burgers. So I said dairy, gluten-free bun, and I picked dairy-free burger, and I said no onion or garlic, so they can make burgers from scratch, and that was really good. But I didn't eat the mainstream fast food joints because they weren't customizable, and I didn't have those for like years. I didn't eat those for years. And then I think my body's adjusted that. It's like, it loses, I don't know if losing tolerance towards eating those foods is the correct word, but my gut and system have changed in a way where I don't process it the same way as I did before IBS, food intolerance, and all of this stuff. It's just like, even now, if I had the option, well, technically I could. I wouldn't want to eat, say, fast food once a week, even if I had the choice, because it's too much. It's too much. And I've also, not just fast food, but I've also like rarely eat lollies now. I rarely eat chocolate. I don't eat as much ice cream and just stuff that I can buy and take home, like at home unhealthy food, not just going out to buy fast food per se, but even like buying stuff for at home. Like I don't really eat chips that much. The chips, I mean, yeah, I don't really eat chips that much. I'm selective about chips I eat. When I eat chips, like packaged chips, packaged snacks, I'm just more mindful about what I eat overall, like in terms of packaged food, fast food, anything food and drink. It's just very different. I used to also drink full sugar drinks, like when I was younger, like full sugar, soft drinks and whatnot. I can't do the same thing now. Every time I pick up a drink, I'm like, this much sugar, and I'm just like, nope, nope. I'd rather not drink it. I'd rather just drink water or soda water instead of this full sugar drink. The good thing is though, I've noticed that there's a lot more options now. Like there's a lot more gluten-free options. There's a lot more sugar-free options nowadays. There's a lot of different options now. Even yogurt, I eat a protein yogurt that has 0 added sugar, and they have 15-20 grams, depending on the yogurt tub, 15 or 20 grams of protein in each yogurt tub. And I'm just like, great, like I like eating yogurt, I just don't like eating full sugar yogurt. Now I have protein yogurt with no added sugar, and I'm like, I love it. So I eat that like once a day, or like one every second day. Yeah, it's just like complete change in diet, and it's absolutely for the better. Admittedly, at first, when I was diagnosed with IBS and being like, you have to go on low FODMAP, you can't eat all these things now, I was angry. I'm like, and it's sad. I'm like, no, now I can no longer eat all of these things that I like. And then now, in hindsight, I'm glad I had that experience. I'm glad I experienced IBS. I actually still experience IBS. It's just not to the same degree. It's like I've been in this war for too long with IBS and food intolerance. I've been at war for this way too long. So I know it very well. IBS and food intolerance, what was I saying? Yeah, I got annoyed because I was like this. I'm like, I no longer eat stuff freely. I have to be so selective about what I eat and what I put into my system. I was so annoyed. I'm like, why is this happening to me? But now in hindsight, right, I am glad it happened, because if this didn't happen, I would still be on the same path as I was like as a teenager and before this happened. Not eating consciously, not eating mindfully, just eating things just because I like them, not thinking about long-term health consequences or the consequences to my body, not thinking about what I might be missing nutrients-wise, and like whether the food is actually fueling my body properly, given that I do work out and use a lot of mental energy and stuff like that, and not thinking about what foods make me feel like, ugh. Back then, now I think, like, I didn't think about what makes me feel like, ugh, and what gives me brain fog and affects my performance, and all these variables. I'm glad it happened, because it made me think about all of this. It brought to light all of this, and how food is actually a big part of, it's a big part of life, it's a big part of society, and how certain foods like junk food and processed food and all of this stuff, and foods that aren't very nutritious and nourishing, has an effect on physical health and mental health. And say if I ate junk food every single day and that was my only diet, I can see myself going into depression really, really fast. Like I would feel like absolute shit every day, just brain fog. I even feel sick after eating like half a McDonald's burger, so I cannot possibly do that. But hypothetically, it would affect my mental health really bad. I would know. I would just go downhill really fast. And even if I kept everything else in my life constant, and the only thing I changed was diet, as in eating junk food every day in a hypothetical situation, my mental health would go downhill so fast. My physical health would go downhill so fast. And yeah, again, back then, I didn't see how food and what I was eating and drinking could affect how it could affect my well-being in the present moment, and also long-term, and thinking about long-term consequences. I didn't think about any of this. So I'm really glad it happened, even though it was undoubtedly a shitty experience and painful and stressful. It's made me a lot more aware and self-aware about what I need and how things I eat and drink affect my body and mind. In summary, experiences of food intolerance and having to go on a low FODMAP diet have completely changed my life for the better. It's a complete 180 flip in terms of my eating patterns, my eating habits, how mindful I am while eating, mindful what I am eating, how often I'm eating, how much do I need to eat, what actually nourishes my body, how food affects my performance. Say, if I'm going to, I don't know, work out or something, and I wanted to eat something beforehand, I'm not going to eat a McDonald's meal beforehand because that's going to make me feel like garbage and then affect my performance. Just being mindful about the relationship with food and my body, relationship with food and my mental health, and relationship with food and how it affects different domains of my life and what I'm trying to do and how I live my life and the functioning of my daily life. And I think it's okay to have junk food. Like, it's okay to eat junk food. I guess my message here is to be mindful about what we eat and drink. Mindful eating and drinking. Not saying never eat junk food or never eat junk food again, never eat sugary things again. It's being mindful about what we eat. Being mindful about mindful eating, mindful consumption of food, and being mindful about how food and drink affects well-being and different areas of our lives. And it can affect us in ways which we don't realize either. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed the video, folks. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.